So what free agent, it has to be a 2024 free agent, is the biggest needle mover for any team?
You know what? I'm gonna put Josh Allen and pair him up with Josh Allen on the Bills. He had 90 pressures. He had 19 sacks this year. Get him away from mid quarterback Trevor Lawrence and put him on the Bills because they need another pass rusher. Von Miller's been old. He has to be able to hold up. I think since drafted him, he's only had a few sacks. But you put him on that Bills defense, he can also help with the run. That puts them a little bit over the top because they need the main thing they need is run defense. They can't stop the run. We saw how Pacheco ran all over them. Josh Allen's probably one of the top 10 in terms of being a sack specialist. And the main thing you have to do to win in the AFC is you have to beat Patrick Mahomes. And the main way that you beat Patrick Mahomes is you have to get to him. So they don't really have anyone on that team that can get to him. Josh Allen can go blow for blow in terms of points, but they don't have anyone on the defensive end that can really make an impact. The Chiefs have Chris Jones. Who on the Bills is as equal as Chris Jones? They don't have anyone. Josh Allen would level the playing field a little bit. And I feel that if they actually get him and they can show up the defense a little bit more in the draft, then yeah, they would be able to be on par with the Chiefs.
Well, I've been saying it all season. No offense to Lamar, but I watched Odell get better and better as the season went on. Lamar just couldn't get on the ball. Even in the second half of that game against the Chiefs, you could see Odell. He started to warm up, but it was too late. A lot of people saying Odell washed. I'm looking at the one team that needs him. It's the team that was on the other side that beat them. If the Kansas City Chiefs, because you can get him for a short deal, if they pick up Odell Beckham, he is easily back to being 1,300 yards, and I'm saying 8 to 10 touchdowns, 80 to 95 catches. We already saw what the Chiefs did without receivers. You get an Odell Beckham to be the number one over there, or just a guy to teach up on Rice. Help Rice out. We know Odell's a great route runner. We know Odell's great after the catch. He's become more of a mentor since he had this newborn baby. And Odell can be the guy that can literally make it so much more easy for the Chiefs. Kelsey getting older. He might retire this year or the next year. Odell is the pickup for a contender that's already winning. Now we just finally getting a receiver back. We can use him for the next 2 or 3 years while he goes into his mid-30s and cook. Great route runner, great hands, great football mind, been in the game for a long time. He's the perfect type of receiver to help out a lot of them young guys who also was a guy not only is going to help you out on the field, he's going to help you out in the locker room. He's a guy who went through a trial and tribulation.
You had the right idea early, but you picked the wrong wide receiver. The wide receiver to pair up with Patrick Mahomes to fix that team is Mike Evans. 10 straight 1,000-yard seasons. We're talking about a guy who's been a number one receiver for a decade now. A guy with sure hands, great rounder, can beat you over the top. We're talking about improving a wide receiver room with Rashee Rice, who did great as a rookie, did his thing. But then we got Tooney dropping balls here and there. Justin Watson, Scantling, Sky Moore. We're talking about a wide receiver room that was one of the worst in the league. You put Mike Evans to that team, we talk about possibly breaking records. We're talking about Mike Evans putting up 1,500 yards, maybe even catching 20-plus touchdowns with Patrick Mahomes. Also helping a guy like Travis Kelce, who is in his old age. We understand he's gonna get a little slower. You know what I mean? He might even get hurt, but we understand with Mike Evans there, that's gonna take a little bit of pressure. I'm talking, Lonnie. We're talking about Mike Evans taking pressure away from a guy like Travis Kelce, and it allows Rashee Rice to even develop even more. Having a veteran like Mike Evans, you know what that does for a guy like Rashee Rice? Take him to the next level. Maybe Rashee Rice in a couple years can become a true number one option with the help that Mike Evans will give him in that wide receiver room. Mike Evans brings leadership to that wide receiver room. He brings production. He brings the talent. He brings everything needed for this OKC team who still won a Super Bowl to take the next step and possibly maybe even make a run at a perfect season. That's how great this would be. Patrick Mahomes with Mike Evans would be the most unstoppable duo in the league.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way.